No mai, hoki mai, welcome back. Lovely to have you with us. We cross them every day. Concrete culverts that sit under our roads and paths. Culverts that let water out, but that can also be a major ecological barrier for our native aquatic wildlife.
So one couple in the Eastern Bay of Plenty has set out to reconnect our streams, and they're trying to make it as cheap and easy as possible. Here's Lucas de Jong.
Their workplace hides below our highways.
We drive over them in our vehicles, hundreds of them sometimes.
Culverts.
A well-constructed, installed culvert is not a problem. Many are undersized and therefore in a big rain event will be like a fire hose and scour out the area below, which means now you've got a perch culvert and the fish can't even get into it. And if they can get into it, they can't get through it because the water's just simply too fast.
It's a hard and fast barrier. Fish species that have travelled upstream for thousands of years are shut out.
For every 100 culverts in New Zealand, about 50 of them will be a barrier to fish of some form or another. So the challenge was to be able to develop solutions but not put the infrastructure at risk.
So Kelly hit the shed.
Yeah, it's bits of string and sealing wax at the end of the day. You know?
High tech, I love it.
High tech, yeah.
Slowly, his simple solutions came to life. What is this?
What you're looking at is what is generically referred to as a baffle. And we call them flexi baffles. Why? Because they are flexible. If you have debris coming through, it can push one of these fingers over and not cause a logjam. And in really high flows, these fingers will bend back and give the culvert full capacity.
Instead of over-engineering a structure, they're just trying to mimic nature.
We've created a rest pool, basically, and more depth. As flow increases, they just dart around there or over here. And they can have another rest and then get ready to make their way up to the next one.
Installation time on that bad boy?
60 seconds to 2 minutes. It's simple enough that regular folk with regular tools can do it.
Under an unassuming stretch of Eastern Bay of Plenty Highway is the showroom.
We use this as our trial site because we know the flow is always going to be here. We can try different configurations.
Here you can see his creations at work. From the baffles creating a ladder-like flow inside the culvert, to the muscle ropes for eels and a floating ladder for smaller fish.
Have we created rest pools? Have we got depth? Have we got complex flows? Have we got splash zones? If you've got all of those things, then there's a pretty good chance you're going to be doing better at getting fish through than you were when you turned up an hour ago.
While there are official fish passage guidelines, fixing culverts can be an expensive and drawn-out process. The ATS team would rather just get their feet wet.
Quite often I put on my fish head rather than the human head. If I was a fish, do I care that this structure has to be exactly this long and everything has to be symmetrical? Or am I just going to go, I'm coming out here because it's got some bedding material or somewhere for me to rest?
We've fixed between 5 and 10 a day, whereas a region like the Bay of Plenty might have fixed 1 or 2 a year. Yeah, fish passage is what we're focused on, not ticking a box to say you meet this algorithm.
The results say more than any report ever could. Fish finding their way home after decades. Here and around the world.
We're working alongside people from a number of countries who've got exactly the same problem.
Cully's little creations are now manufactured in 5 countries around the globe. Major ecosystems are being reconnected, like in Canada.
There was an open channel, but it was going to involve land acquisition and big consenting issues and north of $1 million Canadian.
Instead, his baffles were used at the whopping cost of
$8,000?
$8,000.
Yeah.
Could have been $1 million.
Yeah.
8,000.
8,000.
Yeah. The project won them a major environmental award. Do you guys sort of sometimes take a step back and understand that recognition from a world perspective?
No.
No? Fair enough. Instead, it's on to the next idea. It could be plant casings.
How do we get plants established on a hard concrete structure?
This is pretty simple, really.
Or fish-friendly floodgates. Is the brain always thinking, are there more things coming?
Yes.
I say no, but then suddenly, something comes along.
They admit they don't have all the answers, but doing something is better than doing nothing. And doing nothing is unacceptable.
If you can keep it simple so there's no excuse to not do it, and make it affordable, really affordable, then you get the satisfaction, not so much out of the bank account, but out of just the fact that you can sleep at night knowing that those people that want to do it, do it.
A visionary. I absolutely love it. Now, many of us